we're live. Okay, how you guys doing? My name is Robert Johnson. I'm also known as the Preacher. Today, I'm here to give a my review, my 2 cents on what I think of the new Last of Us series. Okay, first, I should give it a chance before I do any kind of criticism. Well, I'm not going to. I'm going to say that I think it'd be better if they would have casted the original actors. Because I'm pretty sure the actors look like the roles they played. So those who played the game, the series of the games, part 1 and 2, you would, well, even part 3, Left Behind, um, you kind of fall in love with the character. So in this case, it's like you're trying to like feel the characters again, but it's slightly different because they're different looks. There's different people. It's just the voices, everything's different, right? But the story itself is the exact same thing as the game, from what I'm seeing. A little extra here and there, which is actually bonus. Overall, I'd have to say that the Last of Us series for the game is one of my favorites. There's only two personal favorites I have. I'm not going to mention the other one right now. Um, but The Last of Us is one of my favorite games I've ever actually followed and became a diehard fan of almost instantly. So with that being said, when I found out about the series, I was all over it. I had to get involved. I had to see it. Um, I only had the first three right now. I think 4 or 5 are out or something like that. So I'm still waiting for the other two. Some of us don't have that lucky chance of having those channels. So when they come, they come. Anyways, I just finished watching episode 2. So let's go back to episode 1. Episode 1 is pretty much the intro of the game. Very close to what happens in the game, very close, but it's not identical, and that's actually a good thing because some people, they play that game, what they want to do, they want to skip all those scenes. They don't care, they just want the action, right? Like myself, I look forward to those scenes. I can put the controller down, I want to watch what's about to happen. I want to feel the story and understand what I'm playing exactly. So um almost identical, almost like there's slight differences with Joel's daughter. Like basically, you're not like basically you're not doing all these prompts, right? And that's another thing. Like watching this stuff, it's like why are they looking for things? Why why aren't they being scavengers? Like where's all the collectors and stuff like that, collectibles and everything? There isn't. It's not a damn video game. It's a damn TV series. So it's kind of like, okay, fair enough. You gotta let that slide and let that be. So um by the time I'm done my second episode, I had the need to do this. So that's got to say something. Um, it's worth the watch. It's worth the watch. If you were a fan of the series or a fan of the show or the game, I should say, you are going to like the show. I can almost guarantee it. Um, it's quite different with the characters, though. It's like who's who right away. You can tell who's who if you played the game. Like you knew who Tommy was, you knew who Joel was, you knew who Joel's daughter was, you know exactly what's about to happen. um and same thing with Ellie. Now with Ellie, it's like um it's a big transition from what we're used to from the game compared to what we have now for the TV series. So completely different. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just trying to rebuild, I don't know if it's the right way to say it, to rebuild a relationship with a character that we know, but is no longer, it's someone different. So the same attitudes there, the same everything's like there. Like they casted a really good person. Um, I'm not familiarized with the actual real names yet or anything yet, so we'll see what happens if that all changes. If I end up getting like right into it. Um, so the TV series I used to be a very good follower of. I knew all the actors' names and I knew all their character names, so it was just one of those. I was a diehard fan. Um, for me to be actually watching this and talking about this right now, it's actually a good thing because I don't watch TV. I don't care for media stuff, but this this is looking like it might be actually one of my new things to follow. So I look forward to it, to what happens next. So my review on it so far is basically it's worth it. It's worth watching. It's worth paying attention to what's going on. The graphics are amazing. When you look at the comparison of, like, say, the clickers, right? We all love those fucking clickers that like as soon as you start hearing them in the background, like, if you have the headphones on, you're like, Jesus Christ, oh fuck, here we go. Right. With these ones, it's almost the same feeling. The museum scene that I just witnessed where they're in there, you already know what's going to happen because of the game to a limit. Like I said, it's slightly different. Once you hear the first noise, it's like, oh shit, I can't wait to see this. And then when you start seeing it, it's surreal. So it's no longer like a video game where you can tell it's CGI, or it's just it's not real. Like they try their hardest. Like, our technology isn't quite there yet, but it's they tried their hardest for it. But with these, it's they're there. They're it's real people. It's really good makeup effects and everything. Um, what are those movies like Silent Hill and stuff like that? When they made those, like, you just, holy crap! Like, you're surprised with how well the makeup artists do their jobs in creating these things. Um, if I had to take a CGI and imagine it in real life, what it would actually look like, I cannot adapt to the thought of it showing up the way it looks in this, and it's like it's spot on. It's freaky spot on. It's great. I'm about to load up the third episode now, see how that goes, and see what happens from that. So basically, what I'm saying is, if you haven't had a chance to watch The Last of Us, the series yet, if you're unaware that it even started yet, oh, it started, and it's worth the watch. So when you get a chance, check them out. I believe the first episode was like an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes. Um, Next episode was about 53 minutes, I think. So they are averaging about an hour. I'm assuming since they're on TV, there's the commercials in between. So you are looking at an hour to watch an episode. Whether or not that dies down to half an hour in the future, who knows? Um, but the 1 hour, the 53 minutes that goes by, it happens so fast that, like, I literally felt like I was watching that episode for 20 minutes. Yesterday, I felt like I was watching the episode for not even an hour. So it was kind of like, whoa, like these are flying by. They're just so, like, packed with action. Now, to some people, it's like it might seem a little slow at first or at moments. Yeah, it's supposed to. There's a reason for it. Um, it gives you a chance to absorb what the hell just happened, what the hell is about to happen, what is going on exactly. Uh, Quick synopsis of what happens is basically uh, a fungus that they didn't think would ever really happen, because a fungus can only, like, grow in a certain temperature. Humans are 94 degrees, but with climate change, it changes the temperature, which is allowing these things to actually grow in different weather. So, um, the explanation of why do the cities look the way they do, because they got bombed. Now, I don't remember catching that in the game, but in the show here, they make it clear they were bombed, and all the major cities were bombed, causing the big craters, the buildings falling over. Why it just looks so deserted and stuff. So, uh, that was a huge thing to me, where I'm now learning more about why was it like that? What exactly changed the way the cities are? Because I know it says, like, 20 years later and whatnot. So it's like, okay, so it's showing that this is all taking place right now. This is 2023. This is the 20 years later. So 2003 is when they had the initial finding stuff out about the first humans having the fungus in them. Um, they start the whole series off with something I believe was like 1963 or 68 or something like that, where they're having like basically a couple scientists on a talk show, and they're discussing it. So when it was brought to the attention, it was just kind of like one of those devastating moments. But like, can it happen? Like, probably not. But what if it does? So it makes it clear like it's the end of human existence if it does. So if you guys haven't seen it, or you don't have a single clue about what's going on in regards to like, whoa, they're making a show about it. Yes, they are. Um, there's ways to watch the show if you can't watch the show when you're meant to watch the show. So look into it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I'm sure people can figure this out on their own. Oh, I can just tell you, I just download it. I'm not going to tell you where from, but you can download it and go from there. So I'll keep you up to date as soon as I watch a couple more episodes, or if I find that there's something that happens in the third episode that's very intriguing, I'll be happy to share my thoughts on that too. All right, stay safe, have fun, bye.